Tuesday. It is January 15th, 2019, 2:10 p.m. This is episode 348. There's new reports that Trump discussed removing the United States from NATO. There's the report from last Friday that the FBI started investigating Donald Trump to see if he was a Russian asset, willingly or unwillingly. Is he a useful idiot or a willful idiot? What kind of idiot is he? If you're still supporting him, what kind of idiot are you? And then other reports came out that after the meeting in Hamburg at the G20, that he tried to conceal as much information about his talk with Putin from his senior-most members of the administration, and he even confiscated the interpreter's notes, who was the only American in the room with him. And then, of course, he later met with Putin. And the funny thing is, on Air Force One, he dictated Don Jr.'s talking points, his explanation for the Trump Tower meeting. But then later he said that when he talked with Putin, the whole explanation was that the Trump Tower meeting was about Russian adoptions, nothing about Hillary Clinton, which also turned out to be a lie. But Trump also said later that whenever he talked to Putin, that all they talked about were Russian adoptions. So maybe Trump didn't dictate the denial from Don Jr. Maybe Putin did. I mean, Trump is totally being owned by Putin. He is advancing his interest. He is a national security risk. And despite this, one of his nominees is having a hearing today. I mean, it seems like if you're a national security risk and you're working against the interests of the United States, stop letting this guy nominate people. Seriously. Well, this isn't as bad. I guess, it's not as bad as lifetime appointments to the Supreme Court. Coca-Cola. Alright, let's do some shout-outs. So it says, I think I got 10 of them. 10. They're all Akenta and Ariel, I think. I actually drew this scene back in July, so if it looks familiar, like if you recall washing your eyeballs out. Last July, it's probably over this one. Though, to be fair, I've done several cartoons that would make people want to wash their eyeballs out. This might be the first one of 2019. That makes you just go, unsee. Akenta wrote with the last cartoon, enjoy seeing some of the books also in disarray. I didn't count them, but was impressed that most of the colors stayed in the same order. There's an extra blue book on the top shelf and maybe an extra purple on the bottom. I wasn't really going to worry about keeping those in the same color. And but then, since I had it at a certain size where I could just eyeball both of them, I kind of did that for the most part. But then I didn't really try to keep them in any certain order, even drawing them or coloring them. Kenta said one thing that was missing from the cartoon was the cat. It knows a different couple, but you draw a freaked out cat really well. Well, thank you, Kenta. I left the cat out mostly because of space and because I did it with the last time I drew a couple watching TV. I didn't want people to think I just copy and pasted the last cartoon. I didn't copy and paste this one either. The one back in July. I really even looked at that one. I referenced it for a second, and it's like, nah, I don't want to look at it, because after I looked at it, I didn't really like it that much. Akenta also says that she loved the last cartoon. It's someone on RBG. That is how I felt. Every time I saw her name on the internet or news, I don't think I got as green, but there was definitely a moment of panic. See, I knew a lot of people would be able to relate to that. And that one's done pretty well with the shares, I think. It's getting actually, yesterday, my last count, I got around 600. So I'll look at it when I'm done making the video, see where we are. Ariel commented, what you're saying about someone leaving a group because the group didn't want them, there makes sense. I'm not sure it applies to someone leaving a particular political party, though. I'm sure they believe in some of the ideals of the Republican Party, or at least what it used to stand for, so they might leave that chapter, but still be a member of the party itself. Actually, a lot of people have left the Republican Party. Some big names, too. I think Nicole Wallace has left. Joe Scarborough has left. Congressman Dave Foley has left. Former congressman. I'm sure there are others. And the cancer replied to Ariel, Talked about people leaving Hawaii who are still voting for certain parties and stuff. They going back and forth. You guys know what you said. And Errol is telling me it was Groucho Marx who said, "I don't want to belong to any club that would have me as a member," or he made it up as a funny anecdote. No one's really sure, and there are multiple retellings of the story with different phrasing of the same idea. Marx belonged to a club. He decided to leave when asked why he applied. He didn't want to. We know. Yeah, that's right. It was him, right? I thought Will Rogers said something similar, though. And Arrow talked about RBG. Every time I say her initials, I want to say RGB because of Robert Griffin III. Robert Griffin, or RG3, not, yeah, RG3, yeah, RBG. Yeah, he's not important anymore, so I don't know why. Arrow says, I think this is RBG's second or third bout with cancer. I think it's her third. She's one tough lady, and my dad and I are hoping to see the movie about her on the basis of sex this Thursday. Stephen Colbert worked out with RBG for a segment on a show. She listens to opera while hitting the weights. Most people wouldn't go to a movie with their dad that had sex in the title, but with this one, you're probably okay, Errol. I know that when I was a kid, like on Basic K, I was really, it just got really awkward when I was watching Texas Shooter Bank Robbers, you know, back in the late 70s, and my mom was in the room. Actually, I just made up that title. Oh, the cartoon is done. Short video today. There's going to be another one a little bit later. It's going to be even shorter, and I'll explain that one when we do it. Leave a comment, and you will get a shout out. Don't comment on Texas Shooter Bank Robbers. Yeah, you probably will. And click the red button and subscribe. It'll greatly help us all out. Make the world a better place. Thank you very much, and I will. You'll hear from me again soon. Bye.